Well, guys, it is time to talk about the last scene of the 5th episode of Hawkeye. This is the big one. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is the one that is going to change the future of the MCU, street-level characters, and what happens in New York. Let's talk about the big man. Let's talk about the Kingpin. So right before we get into it, let me just say that the 5th episode will be up later today. We will be doing a full audio commentary, our huge reaction to this and where we think it's going. Now with that in mind, let's talk about that last scene. So of course the lead up to this is pretty huge. We see that there's twists, turns, and definitely some lies that are going on in here in the series that all relate to Bishop's securities and what is going on. Well, as it turns out, Kate's mom is definitely crooked. She's definitely in on the big man's plans, and that's what the last scene reveals to us. She has a partner in crime, and it just so happens to be the Kingpin of crime, played by Vincent D'Onofrio. So quite obviously, this is a pretty huge moment. We've all suspected it, we didn't believe the leaks, but it's here. We now have it, and we know it is in fact going to be making more of the world of Daredevil canon. Now, of course, Daredevil is set to appear in the upcoming Spider-Man No Way Home. We've had that from leaks as well. So once you start connecting all the pieces, you start to understand what is going on here, and that truly the big evil man that's going to be taking on the street level side of things and expanding his reach in terms of crime is definitely going to be a huge factor in the MCU going forward. Now, how this obviously ties to Echo, Daredevil, and everything else, it's going to remain to be seen, but this is a huge moment for pretty much everybody that's been a fan of Marvel TV. And as it now squarely puts those shows and elements of them to canon in this, who knows what could happen next, and who knows what their ideas and plans are going to be with Wilson Fisk. But the big takeaway here, in my opinion, is the fact that they're setting him up now as a villain for a potential follow-up season, which I think you would have to assume we're going to get, because this can't just be a one and done. It doesn't make sense to me. And realistically, I think moving forward, if they can keep the momentum that we're seeing here now and whatever they're going to do next and get us more interested in Echo, which they're definitely already building up, that this poor girl was just manipulated by Fisk, which we've seen him do before, and completely, go out of his way to be able to utilize those around him as weapons. And there's a lot to look forward to here, and I just cannot wait to see what happens in the last episode and beyond. But Fisk is here, the Kingpin of crime is here, and it seems like we're going to be in a pretty interesting ride going forward. So what did you guys think of this episode, and how hyped are you to officially see Fisk go face to face with the MCU?